Hi, hello friends, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we'll be seeing Unit 5 of non-distorted testing of materials, that is our radiographic testing. Question number 1. Dash the electromagnetic waves of high energy and very short wavelength which are able to pass through many materials opaque to light. Opaque to light means light cannot pass through them. Okay. Electromagnetic waves of high energy and very short wavelength which are able to pass through many materials opaque to light. Option number A is given as radio waves, option number B is given as X-rays, option number C is given as microwaves, and option number D is given as infrared rays. Radio waves, microwaves and infrared rays have very high wavelength compared to X-rays, and if wavelength is high, energy is slow. If we are having short wavelength, we will have high energy, and X-rays have high energy comparing to these three. So I am going with option number B, X-rays. Question number 2. The major components of X-ray generator are X-ray generator have various components. Some of the major components are given. Option number A is given as X-ray tube, option number B is given as focusing cup, option number C is given as controlling system, option number D is given as filters, option number E is given as control console, option number F is given as all the above. We have 5 major components in an X-ray generator. They are X-ray tube, focusing cup, cooling system, filters, control console, and F is given as all the above. These 5 are the main components of X-ray generator. So I am going with option by F, all the above. The types of question number 3. The types of intensifying screens used in radiographic testing are. Option number A is given as metal foil screens. Option number B is given as fluorescent screen. Option number C is given as both A and B, and option number D is given as none of this. The types of intensifying screens used in radiographic testing are. There are 2 intensifying screens used in radiographic testing, that is metal foil screens and fluorescent screens. Intensifying means showing more clearly. For that we will be using increasing the visibility. For that, not visibility means we can't see, but we can in radio that radiographic waves cannot be seen by the naked eye, but when it touches a screen, it produces holes or cause some black color spots in metal foil screens and fluorescent screens. For that purpose, we will be using radiographic sheets. They will be producing some black color dots or dark color dots when they are incident to the radiographic waves. When the radiographic sheets are incident to the radiographic waves, this screens intensifies the radiographic waves. So option number A is given as metal foil waves, option number B is given as fluorescent screen, metal foil screens, option number A is given as metal foil screens, option number B is given as fluorescent screen, option number C is given as both A and B, and option number D is given as none of these. The types of intensifying screens used in radiographic testing are option number A and option number B. So I am going with option number C, both A and B. Question number 4. Question number 4. A film characteristic curve shows how a film responds to different amount of radiation exposure. Film characteristic curve means there is a curve which shows film responds to different amount of radiation exposure. If we are passing X-rays, we will be getting different. It will damaging the characteristic curves in different amount. If you are using radio waves, it will be damaging the film in a different way other than X-rays, different amount. Okay. Some will affect in some amount, some will affect will be extend more. X-rays will affect more, radio waves affect less, depending upon the wavelength. If we have shorter wavelength, we will have high energy. If the waves are having high energy, the damage is more. If the energy is low, then damage is low. So I am going with option number A, true. A film characteristic curve shows how a film responds to different amount of radiation exposure. This statement is true, so I am going with option number A, true. Question number 5. The ratio of light incident on one side of a radiograph to the light transmitted to the radiograph in logarithmic scale is known as density of the X-ray film. The ratio of light incident on one side. How much light is incident on one side of the radiograph? We are keeping a radiograph. How much light rays falls on the side which is facing to the light, and how much light is penetrating to that material. That means how much light ray we can get to in the other side of the radiograph is called as density. If there is more density, we'll get less light will be emitted, will be transmitted in through the material. If we have less density, more rays will be transmitted through the material. So I'm going with option number A, true. Question number 6. Film speed refers to the relative selectivity of X-ray films to a given amount of radiation. Film speed refers to the relative sensitivity of X-ray films to a given amount of radiation. Option A is given as true and option number B is given as false. The relative sensitivity of X-ray films to a given amount of radiation is called film speed. How much radiation falls and how much what is the sensitivity means fastness of X-ray films to show the how much radiation exposure, that is called as film speed. The speed of the film to show the exposure of radiation. X-ray films means we are using X-rays for that film. If we are using radio waves, we'll be calling as radiograph. Same film only, but we'll be calling it some other name. So I'm going with option number A, true. Film speed refers to the relative selectivity of X-ray film to a given amount of radiation. Film speed refers to the relative sensitivity of X-ray film to a given amount of radiation. Sensitivity means how much fast it can be identified, how much fast it can be absorbed, how much X-rays can be absorbed fast, how much damage is causing, this X-rays is causing how much damage to the material can be given fast by how much fast it can give. That is called the film speed. Question number 7. Various stages of development of radiograph film include. Various stages of development of radiograph film include. Option number A is developing with the use of developer. Option B, stop bath. Option C, fixing. Option number D is given as quick washing. Option number E is wetting. Option number F is all the above. First, we are passing a radio waves on a radiograph. So just like a photograph, the radio waves will be sticking on the radiograph with some impressions. The radiograph will be first developed with using a developer. Developer means some fluid. Then we'll be keeping in a stop bath. Then fixing it. Then we'll be quickly washing it, and after wetting, we will be interpreting and results are obtained. These are the development stages of radiographic film. First one is developing with the use of developer, then stop bath, then fixing, then quick washing, then wetting. So I'm going with option number F, all the above. Question number 8. The important processor when X-rays interact with the matter are. When X-rays interact with matter, the important processes when X-rays interact with matter are. Option number A is given as photoelectric effect. Option number B is given as Compton effect. Option number C is given as pair production. Option number D is given as Thomson scattering. Option number E is given as Rayleigh scattering. Option number F is called all the above. Option number F is given as all the above. The 5 important processes when X-ray react with the matter are photoelectric effect, Compton effect, pair production, Thomson scattering and Rayleigh scattering. So I am going with option number F, all the above. Question number 9. The photoelectric effect occurs when photons interact with matter resulting in ejections from the matter. Option A is given as true and option number B is given as false. The photoelectric effect occurs when photons interact with matter resulting in ejections from the matter. When photons When a photon interact with matter means when a photon is made to interact with matter, then ejections from the matter. Then for electrons or some other photons is ejected from the matter. This phenomenon is called as photoelectric effect. Okay, the photoelectric effect occurs when photons interact with matter, resulting in ejections from the matter. Option number A is given as true and option number B is given as false. So I'm going with option number A, true. Question number 10. The Compton effect occurs when the incident ray photon ejects an electron from an atom and an X-ray photon of lower energy is scattered from the atom. Question number 10. That is the Compton effect. What is photoelectric effect? Photoelectric effect means when photons interact with matter, there will be ejections for photons or electrons from the matter. That is called as photoelectric effect. Compton effect occurs. What is Compton effect? Compton effect occurs when incident X-ray, when an X-ray photon ejects an electron. When X-ray is interacting with matter, it ejects an electron. It ejects an electron from the atom, and then X-ray photon of lower energy is scattered from the atom. What is photoelectric effect? When photons interact with matter, there will be some ejections in the matter, but no lower order X-ray photon is emitted. But when Compton effect occurs, when X-rays interact with matter, in that time, X-rays means a photon only. Interacts in matter, it ejects an electron from the atom. Along with that electron, it ejects some X-ray photon with lower energy. This will be of high energy, this will be of low energy, is scattered from that atom. Option number A is given as true and option number B is given as false. This is the statement of Compton effect. So going with option number A, true. Question number 11. Pair production occurs when an electron and positron are created with the disappearance of an X-ray photon. Option A is given as true and option number B is given as false. A pair production occurs when an electron and positron, this is not position, this is positron, are created with the disappearance of X-ray photon. Option number A is given as true and option number B is given as false. Pair production occurs means when an electron and positron are created when an X-ray photon is disappeared. So I am going with option number A, true. That phenomenon is called as pair production. Okay. Question number 12. Dash scattering occurs when the X-ray photon interacts with the whole atom, so that photon is scattered with no change in internal energy. Thus scattering occurs when X-ray photon interact with the whole atom, so that the photon is scattered with no change in internal energy. Option number A is given as Thomson scattering, option number B is given as Rayleigh scattering, option number C is given as both A and B, and option number D is given as none of these. When an X-ray photon interacts with the whole atom, so that photon is scattered with no change in internal energy, this phenomenon is called as Thomson scattering. Thomson scattering is also called as Rayleigh scattering. So I am going to option number C, both A and B. Question number 13. The types of rays generated are. Types of X-rays generated are. I missed X-ray here. Okay. Types of X-rays generated are. There are two types of X-rays. One is characteristic X-rays and Bremsstrahlung X-ray. Bremsstrahlung X-rays. So I am going to option number C, both A and B, because Compton effect is not a type of X-ray. So I am going with option number C, both A and B. Just give the name. They will not be asking what is characteristic X-rays and what is Bremsstrahlung X-ray. Just you have to know in this at this stage. Okay, bye. Question number 14. The inverse square law states that intensity of an X-ray beam varies inversely with the square of the distance from the radiation source. Option number A is given as true and option number B is given as false. What is inverse square law states? The intensity of X-ray beam varies inversely means varies oppositely with the square of the distance from the radiation source. If this is an X-ray source and this is the material source and material, the square of this distance is inversely proportional to the intensity of the X-ray beam. So we can say intensity is inversely proportional to 1 by r square. R square means distance between source and the material. So I'm going to option number A, true. Question number 15. As the X-ray beam passes through the material, photon jet is absorbed, so there is Legs energy. So I'm going with what this is known as. Option number A is alternation, option B is attenuation. As the X-ray beams passes through the material, photon jet is absorbed, so there is Legs energy. This is known as dash. This phenomenon is known as alternation. So I'm going to option number A, alternation. Attenuation means combined effect of scattering and absorption. Question number 16. The penetrometers widely used in radiographic applications are. Option number A is given as shim type penetrometer. Option number B is wire type penetrometer. Option number C is given as both A and B, and option number D is none of these. So I'm going with option number C, both A and B. The penetrometers widely used in radiographic applications are shim type penetrometers and wire type penetrometers. So I'm going with option number C, both A and B. Question number 17. The sharpness of any material, sharpness of any change in density is called. The sharpness of any change in density is called. Option number A is given as contrast. Option number B is given as definition. The sharpness of any change in density is called as definition. We'll see what is contrast in next question. The sharpness of any change in density. If there is any change in density, then we'll be calling as definition. Okay, in radiographics area. The density difference between two film areas is known as. Option number A is definition. Option number B is radiographic contrast. The density difference between two film areas is known as radiographic contrast. What is radiographic contrast and contrast are same. The density difference between two film areas is known as radiographic contrast. What is the change in density? The sharpness of any change in density is called as definition, and the density difference between two film areas is called as radiographic contrast. If there are two films and two films can be having different densities or same density, if the density is different, we'll be calling as radiographic contrast. The sharpness of change in. Question number 19. Dash is the graphical relationship between material thickness, beam energy and quality of radiation. Option number A is given as expensive chart and option number B is given as film characteristic curve. The graphical relationship between material thickness, beam energy and quantity of radiation is given by is called as expensive chart. So I'm going with option number A, expensive chart. Expensive chart gives a graphical relationship between material thickness, the thickness of the material, beam energy and quality of radiation. These three, in between these three, it gives a graphical relationship of these three, that material thickness, beam energy and quality of radiation. This is called as expensive chart. Question number 20. The half value layer is defined as a thickness of a specific material that will reduce the radiation intensity to 1/2 of that entering the part. The half value layer is defined as the thickness of a specific material that will reduce the radiation intensity to 1/2 of the entering the part. Option number A is given as true and option number B is given as false. What is half value layer? Half value layer is a thickness of a specific material. If a material is having some thickness, that thickness which reduce the radiation intensity, means if we are giving some 10 Curie radiation to a material and the outside material, that is output, if we are giving input to the material as 10 Curie, will get output as 5 Curie, then it is reducing, the radiation is reducing by half. The which thickness of the material reduces that radiation by half is called as half value layer. So I'm going with option number A, true. Hope you guys like this video. If you like this video, please like the video. If you have any doubts, put in the comment section. Share with your friends so that they will get benefited. If you are first time for this channel, if you are visiting first time for this channel, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching guys. Bye.